Hello. Uh, we've read so much about leadership from different texts, journals, and different discourses delivered. And we followed so many leaders across different spectrums, whether it is political spectrum or industry or whatsoever. Um, but I think, one lesson which we can really learn from a person who's known as epitome of righteousness, and also known as Maryada Purushottam, as we call him, and that's Lord Rama. I think we have great lessons to be learned from him, especially in the field of leadership. Um, a person who's a perfect example of how a man should behave in different circumstances or situations. A person who's again epitome of discipline, love, sacrifice, and practicing dharma, which is righteousness. And I think I'll call him a superhuman who's known as reincarnation of Lord Vishnu himself, who took human form to give a lesson in righteousness to everyone. And then finally he became an ideal not only for humans but also for demigods, who was revered by three murtis, as we call in Sanatan Sanskriti, and that's Brahma, Vishnu, and Mahesh. We really have some great lessons to be learned from the life of Lord Rama. No, his life definitely was not smooth enough, but I think the way he handled all the situations, the character and the personality he displayed in all those difficult situations is something that we can really learn from. And in every situation he gave importance to righteousness above anything else, and he never compromised on that. And some lessons which I could write, and then hence I'm making a video out of it, is from whatever limited understanding I have. These are the lessons which I think are very relevant and very important. And these are different instances which we saw in Ramayana. When Lord Rama was set to get crowned as king, and that is the time when his father, under severe compulsion, had to announce an exile of 14 years for him. Under normal circumstances, a person would have gone crazy. Either he would have revolted, or he would have, behaved completely insanely at that time. But the way he handled the situation at that time, coolly, calmly, and taking everything on himself, is something to learn from, the balance approach. So I think we can learn patience, calmness, and composure in every situation from this particular instance. Then while Kakai and Manthra was responsible for everything, and we know that, but not once did he blame them, in spite of knowing that, and he took it upon himself that this is what was destined for him. I think a beautiful lesson, because generally we all start blaming situations for whatever difficult situations we face in life. We start blaming people. So I think that's something which we can learn, that there's no point blaming people for whatever circumstances which we are facing, and rather face it boldly and find out a solution towards it. He could have, when he was in exile, he could have honestly taken help from a lot of kings, and they would have happily given him, be it Nishad Raj or so many other kings. But he was true to his commitment, and he followed each and every rule of being in exile, and that shows us, and that really teaches us that we have to be true to whatever commitment we make. Then he paid, during his 14 years of exile, he paid respect. He paid visit to so many saints, and we know that, whether it was Bhardwaj Rishi or Valmiki ji, so many other saints, or Agastya Rishi. And in spite of him being a reincarnation of Lord Vishnu, never did he show that kind of attitude to anyone. So this gives us a biggest lesson in humility and humbleness, which is must for a leader. Then he always believed in giving ears to each and every warrior in his army, and he believed that feedback should be taken from anyone possible. So I think this is something which a leader should learn, that a bottom-top approach is must for you to know about the team, about to get a true feedback. Then he did everything possible for keeping his promise. And whether it was Sugriv giving him his kingdom or Vibhishan crowning him as king of Lanka, or Nishad Raj paying him visit while returning back. That gives us a great lesson in keeping our commitments, matching our audio with our video. Then simplicity. He always believed in simplicity, and he used to say that सहजता में जो सुख है वो किसी चीज में नहीं. So yeah, that's a big one. And no one is too big or too small. This is something which I noticed. Him being revering with folding hands to Lord Shiva, and Lord Shiva, reverting back by revering him with folded hands. What beautiful lesson can we learn from that? So I don't think we should be thinking of ourselves to be too big or too small in front of everyone. We have to behave sanely. We have to have that kind of humility. Then favoring righteousness in spite of Sugriv, Bali being more powerful than Sugriv, and he could have really helped Lord Rama in conquering Lanka, but he favored Sugriv only because he was right, and he was right in his approach, and Bali was completely unjust in whatever he did. So I think that's very important point. Then we get a lesson from the fact that Brahmastra, which was the most deadliest missile at that time, and Lakshmanji being in a difficult situation, he wanted to use that astra, but he didn't. Lord Rama didn't allow him, in spite of knowing that it could have really helped Lakshmanji, because he was completely against going against the principles of compromising on the values of using that particular missile or astra. A big lesson again. When you talk about Lord Rama, it will be unfair to not talk about his biggest friend, his biggest disciple, most loved Hanumanji. And Lord Hanumanji, starting from dedicated service, unwavering belief, respect, and offering everything for commitment towards true service to his master, which was Lord Rama. So I think this teaches us a lesson that when you know that your leader is following righteousness and is capable and really works for the welfare of everyone, then it's important to offer 100% commitment towards his vision. There are enormous lessons which we can learn from various instances, but it's very difficult to put everything in a video format. But yeah, I think certainly this is only because of the blessings of Lord Rama that I'm able to write this much and then put it into a video. But yes, we as a generation have so much to learn from Lord Rama, his life, and become not only good leaders but worthy humans too. Please take care. Jai Shri Ram.